if you're watching this right now and you haven't hit the like button, Billy, get on it. Bug your brother. Tell him to do the same.
3 studs and
Three
a dud.
studs. Yes.
Uh,
The rhyme scheme is great, but also I think it's great to highlight, people doing well. And I think it's super important as a sports fan to really kick a guy when he's down. So this segment does it all for me.
when I was a young lad, I don't know if this is still a thing. Anybody who still plays video games, specifically NHL video games.
I
Let me
thought
know
you were
if
going to
this
say
is
Pogs, and I was going to be like, no, that's not a thing, Adam.
Pogs. No, I still got my my shredders though. Um, okay, no. There used to be a thing, at a hockey game, there's like the 3 stars at the end of the game, first, second, and third.
Mhm.
I don't know if this is a real award or not, but in the video game, it was like the EA Sports Award. This isn't like NHL 14, right? But it was the like cumulation of most first, second, and third stars over the course of a season, right? Like you get more
Right.
points for being a first star, more points, or second star and third star wouldn't get as much. But then it was like I'm like, oh, that was always like a really cool idea to me. So we'll do this 3 studs and a dud all year long, and then by the end of the season, we'll have a look back and we'll be like, who was the most studliest of the team, and we'll hand out a cumulative award for whoever has most appearances in the 3 studs list. So that'll be
I
something
like
fun to
that.
do.
I like that you're spinning this like we pay attention to what we say throughout the year. I'm all for it.
I
But
have a whole spreadsheet where I'm tracking all the studs and all the duds.
amazing.
It's the only thing I've ever tracked, so I really care about it. We'll see if this holds true by week 14, but here we go. Okay, let's start with stud number 3. Spoiler alert, not a lot of offensive studlies this week. But there was one. You know what? There was 2. Honorable mention to Mr. Bo Bichette. Bo Bichette hit 391, had an OPS of 895 this week.
And we're just so used to Bo hitting 400 at this point that he doesn't even make the stud list.
Exactly. Our number 3 stud, who is our number 1 offensive guy this week, I'm giving to Whit Merrifield. Whit Merrifield only played 4 games, so that was a real consideration. Bo Bichette played all 6, of course. But Whit Merrifield, 467 batting average, OPS of 1134. He was a doubles machine this week.
And earning that nickname, 2-hit Whit, right? Like he was just putting up multiple hit games. I think all 4 of those were multiple hit games.
Absolutely. So good performance from Whit Merrifield. Notable mention to Bo Bichette. Stud number 2. Going to the pitching staff now. Lot of contenders for studs this week from the pitching staff. But number 2 stud this week, week 3, Jordan Romano. 3 games, 3 save opportunities, 3 saves.
1 4-out performance where he came in with runners on base, which is always a Achilles heel of the man, and to see him come in and just shut the door.
So
beautiful.
1 long save for Romano, 0 walks versus 5 strikeouts. Did absolutely what we needed him to do. We got 3 wins this week, and he saved all 3 of those games. So stud number 2, Jordan Romano. Stud number 1, this one was tough. Couple starting pitchers in contention here. We got some really good performances from Jose Barrios, from Chris Bassett, from Yusei Kikuchi. Not the 3 guys we were counting on to have big games, but they all performed quite well. So ultimately, stud number 1 this week comes down to Chris Bassett.
Love it.
He got our lone win in Houston, pitched into the 7th inning. Stat line looks like this: 0 ERA, 6 1/3 innings pitched, and a whip of 0.63 with 5 strikeouts versus 1 walk. So Chris Bassett, you're our number 1 stud of the week.
And well-deserved, especially if you look back over his last 3 starts. I mean, if you just take out that first game of the year, he's sitting right now at 18.1 innings pitched, an ERA of 1.99, 17 K, so almost a K per inning, which is a little Out of character for Chris Bassett. He's not really known as a strikeout guy, but you love to see those Ks up on him. He's not walking dudes. He is exactly as advertised. And I think he really has put a lot of us Blue Jays fans' minds at ease with these last three starts, because I know we were really in panic mode after that first start, but he is settled in. He is
Settled in
looking good in
nicely.
this Blue Jays uniform, and yeah, absolutely deserves to be the
Also
number one stud.
to add 1.036 for a whip in his last three starts. So
He's not giving up hits and he's not walking guys, and you gotta love to see it.
especially on the tail of, like, he pitched right after that Kevin Gossman start, in which Gossman gave up 7 in the first. Honestly, honorable mention to Gossman for gutting out into the 5th inning, like, just to save our bullpen at all after a catastrophic
Truly.
start.
Truly.
Really good. Okay, who is our dud this week, you ask? Several contenders for duds. Offensively, it was a bleak, dismal week. Even guys like Matt Chapman, who had been hitting around 500 for the first 2 weeks of the season, hit 190 this week. Vladdy hit 174. Brandon Belt hit 125, so actually his average is coming up. Boom, roasted. Dalton Varsho, 105 this week. He's our dud of the week. Unfortunately, despite the really good start to the season, his bat has cooled off significantly. Hitting 105, 0 home runs. Vladdy was in contention, hitting 174, but he does have 1 home run, 2 RBIs. Dalton Varsho did not do much offensively this week. So Dalton Varsho, sad to say, I'm still going to buy a Dalton Varsho jersey. I got to figure out what color to get. Hint, it won't be light blue. But you're our dud this week.